BookTube, I hope you're doing well. I am just back from Comic-Con, from MCM Comic-Con, and I thought I would share my haul with you because I really like doing haul videos, because I really like stuff. And it was a good day out. Management changed, so it wasn't as enjoyable as it has been. I like meeting up with a few like indie comic creators at the artist gallery, and a few of them couldn't make it because of the fees. The fees went up, but you know, it was still pretty fun. There was no manga really. There was pretty much no manga, which again was a disappointment, but I don't know, it depends what you're there for. I just go for the stuff. I think people were a lot happier with like the panels this year, so you know, you win some, you lose some. But it was still fun. Mum and I had a good day out. Speaking of, Mum was very nicely bought me some things. And that was this, which is going up on my framed wall. It is a map of fictional Scotland. The fictional Scotland that you find in the Saltire comics. And also Mean City, I don't know if you can read it from this angle. Mean City, which is also from Diamond Steel Comics. It is new, and I am excited for it. And like, even if it doesn't reach the heights of my expectations, I know I'm in for a good time, so that's always a plus. Also, I think she got me this. I don't know how well you can see this because I know like the lighting is terrible. It is Bulbasaur. It is a Bulbasaur cup, and I love Bulbasaur, and I love Pokemon, and I love cups. Well, I love cups with Pokemon on them. It's from, I think, Weemack Creations, and I've got two Squirtle ones, and I think they're both from that company. So I really like that. I also got myself this wee necklace. I've started the bells. I need to like review it in 5 days. So need to hurry up in that. But it kind of reminds me of that. It's not real flowers, but it's really pretty, and there is glitter on the bottom. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's really nice. And yeah, like I said, my favourite comic people were not there at the artist gallery, so I ended up only buying 3 comics. Actually, I might have ended up with 5 because Kulari Media was there, and I've never seen them before, but they were all sold out. And that is like comics. There's 2 of them. One I think is more all ages, and the other is like, I don't know, maybe teen and up. And it's showcasing African comic artists, and it sounded really good. There was a good selection of genres. One had psychological horror. I think there was fantasy. I don't know. I can't really remember. Like, we met up with, we talked to that guy like earlier on, before the whole thing with contact lenses. So I don't remember that well, but it was really beautiful, and I'm definitely getting my hands on that at some point. And the other one is Embersong, which is by Howl, with these wee like squiggly things in front and behind it. I don't know what they're called. And it is a glance into the world of Embersong, so like showing off characters from Embersong, and as well as like some tips on creating your own story. I'm just going to ignore them. I'm not good with that kind of stuff, because I grew up with the Chinese are copycat stereotype, and like even just looking at writing advice makes me feel nauseous, because I feel like I'm going to get accused of being a copycat. But yeah, it's really beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Embersong, the actual kind of storyline. There was also Wyrm, and that is by Sophie Robin and Eli Spencer. There was also like a demon one. I didn't get that one because I thought, I really want to save my money for what I, you know, for stuff. I don't, because I end up, you know, seeing so much and then not getting everything that I want. But I ended up coming home with money this time, so Sorry about that, I would have bought the other one. And also by Asia Alfasi, Taste, which is a mini anthology of 2 short stories about taste. It's really cute, the art is lovely, and then this I just love this, like it's tied in a wee bow, it's lovely, it's cute. I'm so happy with this one. And yeah, this as well, I got this, which is going on my next month's TBR. I know I have not read this month's TBR technically, but I'm going to be adding this one to next month's TBR because it is The Art of Crimson Peak, and hello, it's October. What else will I be reading in October? I really love that movie so much. And right, yeah, no, there's only 2 stuff now. 2 books that I got from Waterstones. Wow, this was not a good year for buying stuff. Yeah, so the Bloodprint by this person whose name I'm not gonna butcher. And the blurb for this is: words of power, a dark force known as the Talisman has risen in the land. Spreading ignorance and persecution, it is led by a man known only as the One-Eyed Preacher. A superstitious patriarchy, cruel and terrifying, the Talisman suppresses knowledge and subjugates all women, and it is growing. But there are those who seek to stop this oppressive rise. A resistance is formed by the Companions of Hera, a group of rebels versed in the power of ancient scripture, a magic known as the Claim. They believe they have discovered the key to destroying the One-Eyed Preacher and his fervid followers, the Bloodprint. But the women tasked with finding this text will risk pain, enslavement and death for freedom as they embark on a perilous journey which may prove to be their last. Now, I don't know if I've said this before, but I don't really like feminist books as a genre thing. I don't really like it. Because, like, I know this stuff exists and I don't want to be made miserable. I don't enjoy reading about pain and misery, and I know, people say things, this is so important and and I get that, I've said that about books as well, this is really important, this is really relevant, read it, and I get that, but I don't like reading feminist stuff, because as a genre it just makes me miserable. It's just, also, like, this is just a personal thing, that I know everyone lives under the patriarchy, and guys benefit from it more than women, so, like, but the whole thing of, like, not seeing any good guys, just, I don't like that. So, we'll see. I think it sounds really interesting, and I'm hoping this is going to be, like, a sisterhood thing, like, really close and supportive female characters, and I really also hope that it's going to, like, I like some angst, okay? I like some angst, and I like death scenes, okay? So, if I get one or the other, we'll see. That might make it enjoyable enough for me. And the other one is one that I thought I wanted, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it. And it is the book that I thought it was, which has been on my TBR for a while, and that is A Blade So Black. And I've not shown you the cover yet, because this is much better, I think, than the other one, except for the fact that they stuck an effing review on it. I don't like reviews on the front of books, and they've got reviews here, on the back, where they should be. And they stuck it on the cover. Look how beautiful this cover is. It's so beautiful, and they stuck a review in the middle of it. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But the blurb for this one is: the first time the nightmares came, it nearly cost Alice her life. Now she's trained to battle monstrous creatures in the dark dream realm known as Wonderland with magic, weapons, and hardcore fighting skills. Yet even warriors have a curfew. Life in real-world Atlanta isn't always so simple as Alice juggles an overprotective mum, a high-maintenance best friend, and school, keeping the nightmares at bay is turning into a full-time job. But when Alice's handsome and mysterious mentor is poisoned, she has to find the antidote by venturing deeper into Wonderland than she's ever gone before, and she'll need to use everything she's learned in both worlds to keep from losing her head, literally. Well, this sounds really interesting to me because magic weapons and hardcore fighting skills, but Alice in Wonderland isn't my favourite thing, but there was like an Otomi game that came out ages ago and I didn't play the game, but I was in the fandom. And I really liked that. So Alice in Wonderland is my favourite, but like retellings and stuff can be really interesting. So I have like high hopes for this, and if it is even a quarter of as gorgeous as the cover should be, then you know I will really enjoy it. But you know, like I said, it's a decent haul. It's not what I'm used to, and that's okay. I really need to get better at saving up money anyway. I really wish Nye had been there, but no. I might try going to Rycon next month, so maybe then. But until then, because I don't want to start rambling, bye.